Hello and welcome. If you are new, welcome to Real Life Conversations. I'm Ryan Butterfly.
And I'm Tenchi.
Welcome. So, today's topic, we're going to talk about dating in 2025.
Y'all know y'all lonely.
Now, I don't know if y'all see this on the news, but dating is a little bit different these days. So, I strongly suggest that ladies and even gentlemen, you have to know what kind of questions to ask when you're dating because you could be dating a murderer.
Oof, boy.
So I see it so many times in the news where a person thought they knew that person for a year or so, and then all of a sudden the husband or the wife just unalives that person. So it's
hmm
just like you just got to know who you're dealing with. Now, sometimes I understand we may not necessarily know who we're dating, but again, take your time. It is not a rush
Yeah,
because, again, you want to be safe. Okay.
absolutely. Definitely don't want to be murdered or married to no ex murderer or nothing like that.
Correct, correct. Now, I know also in the dating world, people focus on big love. I don't know about you ladies and gentlemen, but I can't do that personally. I'm not into that. But, to each his own. What do you think about that, Tenchi?
You said big love.
Yes.
Big love.
Yes.
As far
In
as
one
like
household.
loving a big person.
No, big love as far as with multiple people in a relationship
Oh,
under
you
one
talking
roof.
about
The polygamy.
under one roof. Jesus. I ain't never heard of multiple marriages existing under one roof. Now
Or
I've heard
multiple
of
relationships. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like, how
exactly.
do you feel about that?
So we do live in Philly, and here there are Muslim gentlemen who have harems. They literally got multiple wives here. I've never seen these multiple wives live together in the same house.
That's
So
interesting.
I don't know. I feel like as long as everybody that's in the situation is aware of the situation and is okay with it, then I don't see why it wouldn't work. But I think the issues come in when there's any type of lying, if anybody's not aware of the entire
Yeah.
situation, or if maybe one or multiple of the people in that situation is getting done wrong for whatever reason
I
it could
concur.
be. That's when you're gonna run into the major issues and that kind of thing. So
Yes.
beyond that, hey man, the way I see it, have fun,
Live
dog.
your life to the
Yeah, do your
fullest,
thing. Yeah.
and I see this as well, not just with Muslims, just regular Joes and Janes out there
Mhm.
where I've seen on TV. I don't recall the person's name, but it was a woman who had two boyfriends. And actually, one was her husband. And I
Oh,
was like, wow, she has skills, because if she was able to pull that off and they're living together and they're just like hunky dory, just living their best life, and they all I have certain roles where they take care of the children, they rotate duties and things of that nature. I said, you know what, that doesn't sound too bad.
no,
you
it don't.
know a husband and a boyfriend, hey, at least someone's going to take out the trash.
I'll tell you what, having more than two adults in a household as far as income will probably be for
mm,
the best. These days the
yeah,
cost of living ain't necessarily cheap,
you hit the
and all
nose
of
on the
that.
head.
So
The
hey,
nail on the head.
and
Yes.
for us fellas, I know good and well that we fellas like variety. I will say that 1,000%. Any man out there who say he don't like variety, you a goddamn lie. You a goddamn liar.
Well, hey, to each his own. Me personally, I don't like to share. Just like my candy, I don't like to share. So, I stick to the tradition. But again, if you like it, I love it. For you. But for me, mm-mm. But dating again can be very different. I'm still thinking, like, is chivalry still dead? Because things are a little different these days. You have sometimes relationships where men sometimes want to be pursued, but I feel as though for me, I like to stick to tradition. I like to be pursued because I feel like I'm stepping into a masculine role if I pursue you. What do you think about that, Tenchi?
A part of me gets that, and I can say that this kind of popped up in my life recently.
Hmm.
There's this young lady that I know, and she happened to see a colleague of mine, and was like, "Wow, that guy right there, he's fine as hell." Blah 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 blah. So what she did is she pursued him, like you said,
Mm.
and she, not to name any names, but this woman is from New York.
Jane. We'll call her
Jane, we'll
Jane.
call her Jane. Jane is from New York. Jane is from Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So she already came in super
Ready.
aggro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yo, where your man at?
good.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
That type
right.
deal. And it turned him off. He turned him completely off. He was like, "Nah, I don't really want nothing to do with you. You mad aggressive. You mad masculine." And no, so it's probably for the
Mm.
best. I think if women, I'm not gonna say like never pursue a man, but for the most part it's probably for the best if you don't do the largest share of the pursuing. Like in order to get his attention you may have to pursue, but after that it's kind of up to him to pursue because
Let him feel like he's the man and let
yeah.
the man be the man. And
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Tenchi,
Yeah.
because, you know, unfortunately sometimes being in the city, you're taught to be a little aggressive. That's just it comes with the territory.
Hmm.
And, even in New York, women are real more like, hey shorty, what's up? I see
Hmm.
you. I like that. Da 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 da
How long is that thing?
da. What's up? Can I
Oh.
get your number? Da 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 da.
Yeah.
But in today's world, I feel as though that women, we need to just take a back seat, let the man pursue us, because I find that at times, if we pursue a man, that man may not necessarily like you. Got to watch that, because a man sometimes he likes to sit back and entertain you, even though he doesn't like you.
Hmm.
So watch that, ladies.
Here's
Let's be ladies and
Yeah,
let the man be the
exactly.
man.
Absolutely. Here's my advice to the single ladies that's thinking about pursuing a man. What I would say to y'all is if there's a guy that you know of and you've seen him multiple times, he may not know that you exist. What I would like for y'all to do is simply present yourself to this man and not in a weird way. Don't like
Hmm.
tell him you love him and that you want to get married on the first day. All of that good stuff. Don't say
Okay.
it.
Right. Right.
That'll fuck up the whole dynamic. What I would like for y'all to do is just introduce yourself to this man. Let him know that you're alive. Let him know
I'm
that
breathing. I have a pulse.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That you not,
Hey
you're
there.
not 6 feet under and this, that, and the third. Just say hey to him. If you can become his friend, that'll probably be for the best. And furthermore, if he does not pursue you romantically after that, leave it like that.
Yes.
Do not pursue him further. If
Listen,
yeah,
if he's not doing the most, okay, just walk
leave
away.
it there.
If he's just texting you, he's not calling you, picking up the phone, hey, how are you? Let's go out to get to know you. Sis,
Leave it
walk
there.
away.
And
Just walk away.
don't accept the oh I let me just come over to your house. No. No,
Right.
don't accept that. Do
Correct.
not accept that.
Now, ladies, this is for you. Dating can be a little bit ridiculous. You can't be expecting a man to pay for your babysitter on the first day. I think that's a little bit crazy right there. I feel as though, if you need a babysitter, then you shouldn't go out. Putting these demands on a man, that can be a little bit above, you know what I mean? So just take a back seat on that,
Hmm.
okay?
Agreed.
And let's
Agreed.
not overeat on these dates, okay? You still have to be a lady. I'm
Oh
not
Lord
saying
Jesus.
if you're hungry, don't eat, but we're not going to be out here ordering like 6 dozens of oysters like I seen on TV with that lady,
Hmm.
and then
32
she's
ounce steak
yeah,
and a milkshake.
and right, milkshake, fries, like I'm sure y'all seen that movie White Chicks where she ate that whole big stack of ribs or whatever and just went all above and beyond. Now that is just showing that you are greedy.
Hmm.
Okay, so just be respectful, be a lady that you are. Okay, and it's all about what you exude. If you exude confidence, if you exude, intelligence, and let that man know who you are, you won't even have to tell him how to treat you. He will
Hmm.
already know.
Hmm.
And if he doesn't, walk away.
Walk away and don't look back. Do
That's
not
right.
block his number. All of that.
That's right. Correct. remember, respect first.
And
Okay.
last, honestly.
Yes, respect first and last. Yes, great point. Great point there. Yes.
There it is. And it's on both sides. It's on both sides. So don't
Yes.
guys just don't think that you need to be respecting her and she don't have to respect you. No, it's a
Respect
two-way
comes
street.
for yourself first. You have to be able to
Absolutely.
respect yourself, have your values, and have that instilled with yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself and love yourself, how can someone else be able to move forward with that as well and treat you the way you want to be treated? So it all starts within.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
with
our
that-
time.
Yeah. And with that, we're gonna
just
go
wanna
ahead
say
and call it. All right, let me come up with like a sign off or something.
Okay.
All right, so boom. No, wait, that's not good.
Wait, you gotta stop it.
Wait, no. All right, so here's what we gonna do, right?
Okay, we can flip it.
First comment gets a high five. Bam.
Okay, yes, I like that. First comment gets a high five. Yes.
And you'll get some free services from Potential. Reach out.
Hey, tell them what the services are.
Oh, okay. So the services are: I'm a music producer. I am an engineer. I own a studio at my house that I record out of. And my boy, my friend Brand Bev.
Okay,
He's offering songwriting and artist development. So if you are in need of any of those services, hit the link.
Yes, and we will put that in the link below in the description so you'll see that. All right. Well, that's our time. Love y'all. Thanks for rocking with us.
Peace.
See y'all next one. Peace.